about. They'll just try and hold it up here for as long as they can, and Jamaica have done it. Relief for the Reggae boys at the end as they settle it from the spot in stoppage time. Steve McLaren gets the better of Dwight York. Trinidad and Tobago, who battled back from 2 behind to get themselves level, left heartbroken at the conclusion when Richard King stepped up from the spot. His penalty ensuring that a penalty shootout wasn't required. Marvin Phillip conceded it and then was beaten from the spot for the second time in this semi-final. Casey Palmer had put the Reggae boys in front in the first half. When the lead was doubled by debutant Roman Burrell, they looked well set for victory. But what spirit showed by Dwight York's team in response. They were straight back in the game when they got one back. They were back on terms when Merlino made it 2-2. And that is the way it stayed until stoppage time. No wonder Steve McLaren is all smiles. His return to management in West London has a happy ending tonight, and a final to come at the weekend against Nigeria or Ghana, who will do battle tomorrow for the right to meet the Jamaicans in the final. Trinidad and Tobago will have to settle for the third place playoff. Full time, Jamaica 3, Trinidad and Tobago 2. It did not disappoint as a spectacle, did it? It had a little bit of everything, including that winning goal from the spot from Richard King. An unlikely hero maybe for Jamaica, the centre-back who debuted, 3.5 years ago under Paul Hall as a 20-year-old. He'd never scored for Jamaica until tonight. He did get 4 goals in the Jamaican Premier League in winning the title of the Cavalier, including scoring the first penalty in the shootout. He is something of a specialist from the spot, and Steve McLaren was able to count on him when it mattered most at the end. What also matters most is the entertainment that both of these island nations have served up for their supporters today, who've taken a chance to watch them in person in England's capital. They really have put on a show. The party in full swing for Jamaica. And both will be back for more at the weekend as part of Saturday's double-header here. But it will be Jamaica that will play for the Cup in the final. Trinidad and Tobago, who certainly played their part in the entertainment offered up at the Gtech this evening. And there are plenty of positives that they will take from that performance. Signs of further progress in the early months of Dwight York's reign. A national hero who's taken over the national team with the intention of rising up the rankings and potentially qualifying them for only a second ever World Cup. That is in the sights of both of these countries next year. They've got a Gold Cup to come this summer in the US as well. They'll both be part of that particular party, and they will both take confidence into the World Cup qualifiers that they have to play in just a week's time or so before then. Real respect between the two bosses who know each other so well, and that has been reflected in the spirit in which the game was played, but such a competitive nature as well in this first semi-final. You could see how much it meant. A friendly really in name only, although it has been friendly in the stands, with the supporters mingling and enjoying and embracing the occasion, summing up the spirit of the Unity Cup. It is about more than just the football, but the football has been excellent. Some well-crafted goals, some spectacular finishes, 2 really well-taken contrasting penalties, plenty for Steve McLaren to pick over, without, of course, many of his best players who are to be added back into the equation. The likes of Ethan Pinnacle have been disappointed not to feature in front of his own fans at Brentford, I'm sure, tonight. Leon Bailey to come back in as well. Casey Palmer steps up from the spot with that Panenka penalty that set the tone to a certain extent. He said when he got the job it was his dream to play an international back in his home nation, and Steve McLaren got the ending to it that he would have dreamt about as well. His return to international management. He joked yesterday he hoped it would end much better than his time in charge of England did. He's really enjoying this new role. hopefully Trinidad and Tobago's players have embraced the challenge of impressing a legend in Dwight York. We've seen the evidence of that in their displays so far, and they will have another game to come against either Nigeria or Ghana as well in that third place playoff, as this Afro-Caribbean party continues with a second semi tomorrow and that double header here at the weekend, when this place will be packed again. Real carnival atmosphere created, reflected by the display that we've seen on the field as well. Hope you've enjoyed it with us. Been quite some game, hasn't it? It is Jamaica through to the final. The third place playoff beckons for Trinidad and Tobago. More to come tomorrow from the Gtech Community.